Hi, I personalise my backpack and you can too in whatever design and style you choose. Here's how if you'd like to try out some embroidery. First of all, look around for inspiration and make a few sketches. Sketch out your chosen design on paper or you could print something out. With a pencil, transfer the design from the paper onto your bag. Just put in the basic shapes. I tend to use just a few complementary colours and then maybe one contrasting colour to go with. So take some embroidery thread. I have 2 strands here and knotted at one end, and we're simply going to start from the back and sew on our design. First of all, I go around the edge and I'm using a back stitch. So put your first single stitch in. I'm using quite a small stitch length. Then move forward a stitch length and bring the needle up through the back. Then we're going to go backwards and put the needle through that previous hole. And keep repeating this, going forward an extra stitch length and then back, forward and back to create your back stitch. Just take your time, as it just takes a bit of getting used to, or if you're familiar with this you can do it all from the top. So I'm starting with this flower because we're going to see the whole of it, and when it overlaps we want to see this flower and not the stems of the other flower, so that's why I've started with this bit. Get in a comfortable position, somewhere you're comfy, and just get sewing away. And so now to do another stitch, as that was the back stitch, we're now going to do the petals. I'm just marking in where I want the end of each of the petal to be, and then I'll show you how we stitch this. So come in from the corner and then back in very closely to where we came out, and then we're going to go to our first mark and come up through there and make the first petal with a loop. So we're going to catch the thread inside there, we're going to make a loop. It's a really simple stitch, but you can do so many little things with it, and just build up your design with either the lines or these loops, and you can get quite a variety. And then see, we just go in the other side of the loop and down and through, and I'm going to carry on doing that for all of these petals. These are known as lazy daisy stitches. Wasn't quite sure how this embroidery would work out, but this backpack is an absolute dream to embroider. It's nice stiff fabric, but the needle glides through nice and easily, so it is quite easy to do. Just take your time and enjoy the process and create whatever design you wish. So with this I've done all of the petals, and then I've gone with a lighter colour. I've got 3 strands on this of this thread, and doing another back stitch to create the stems here. And then again I'm going to go round and do a back stitch on this other little flower. If you do make a mistake or you change your mind as you go, just take a rubber and rub it out and carry on. And if it really does go wrong, you can snip it off and you can start again. But just enjoy it and get whatever design you feel you like for your backpack. And I'm just adding in some more detail here. I like to vary it by just using a single strand thread, a double and 3, and that just gives a nice variety to your design. And just do some different stitches and some different effects, and it just gives a nice variety and a nice contrast. This last stitch was just your basic running stitch. I'm now going to add the little petals in to this strand here, and as you can see, when you get a bit more confident with the needle, you can actually do a lot of the stitching from the top, So when you know where you want that needle to go, you can do it from the top like I do here. So if you see, and then I know I need to go down there and then back up along the stem, and you can do a lot of the embroidery from up here, and that actually really helps if you've got a double layer that you're going through. You can insert the needle first of all with the knot through the main bit of the bag and say the padding of the bag, but you can also then embroider the top and just catch the top layer of fabric of your bag if you're worried about going through it all of the time. Here it doesn't matter so much because we've got the single layer of the pocket. And so now I'd like to show you a French knot. We simply curl the thread around the needle and then we go back in where we came up. Keep this left hand tight and then you pull it right through there. Creates a little bud effect, a little rose effect, and I'm just going to add all of those in there. I'm mainly just using the colours I had to hand, so you can do the same, just use what you have. And I've got this nice turquoise that I'm just going to add a little bit of contrast. So we've got all our complementary colours in, and I'm just going to add a little bit of contrast, and I'm going to do the French knot again. And there we go. So I've built up a design. You can cover the whole backpack, you can do a small section like this, but just experiment, see what you like, and I think it's quite nice to transfer from the paper to the backpack, and it's worked quite well. I hope you have a go yourself, and if you do and you're on Instagram, hashtag RedRockingBirdMake, and that goes for any of the things that you make on my channel, and I'd love to see. So I hope you do subscribe and come back to see some more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.